G'day, how you doing? Ianapolis here from Australia, aka Ianapolis, your acrylic guru. This lesson is part one of another series. I don't know how many parts it's going to take, but I want to do these in parts so as I can get a lot explained to you beginners out there, because I want to try and show you some really nice pictures that are achievable for you to do, so long as you follow these easy steps. And before we get started though, I'm just going to do it on a 30 centimetre canvas board by 42. We'll get the colours going up there, what we're going to use in this video as well. You saw the picture in the beginning of that seagull. Well, we're going to do that. I'm going to show you how to paint something from a reference. So we'll be going to the reference backwards and forwards, and I'm going to show you how to get it onto your canvas board. Canvas boards are great for this because they're sturdy. You can lay them on a table and print the image on there with a pen and everything, okay? So first off, we want to get the blurry background in. So I'm going to show you the reference picture here. I found this image on Pixabay and I thought it'll be a beautiful subject to do. It's quite easy when you look at it. I've looked at it and this is very easy to do, and I want to show you how to do it. So in this series, this first part, we're going to do the background first, and it's not going to be too dark because we want to print this image onto our canvas once it's had the painted background. So we've got a few different colours here, and obviously the sand at the foreshore here, all right? Now I've printed it out just in black and white. I don't need colour because I've got colour on my display screen there. So I've printed it out to sit in the middle of my canvas like so. Alright, now I'm not going to use carbon paper for this. You can if you like, but I've scribbled the back of it out. Now I'm going to show you how I did that. Everyone has a lead pencil and a window. Okay, this is what I've done. I've placed the image on the window there. I've taped it to the window, and I've grabbed my lead pencil and I've gone over all the outlines and where I know there's some detail lines in it. Okay, so I've done that over the whole back of the image, all right? So when we have our canvas painted with the background, this will be ready. We'll put that, tape it to the canvas there, and then we'll press the image on there. Okay, let's get started. I have my flowing white paint and some medium retarder because I want it to blend this beautiful background, okay? So I'm grabbing a wide 2-inch brush to apply all this flowing medium retarder and white paint together. Now that is very wet and it's going to spread on that canvas. Now I'm painting on a canvas paper. You might find as you use different surfaces, canvas sheets, canvas paper, there's all different types. Now, pretty much want to get this over the whole canvas. Okay, so we have a movable, wet, blendable surface to do our background water. So it's going to be a background of a wave or water, but just simple basics. It's up to you how technical and detailed you want all that to be when you're doing a procedure of a painting, whether it's a wave, a mountain, a tree or a cloud. Excuse me. Alright, that's all it needed to take. Alright, the next simple basic step is going to be my phthalo turquoise or a turquoise colour, any turquoise you've got. Get a bit of retarder with that as well. Now I want to get this onto my brush just like so, all into the tips there, because this is just going to apply it. I'm going to use another brush to blend it, okay? So from about here, right, I want to band this line coming across there. So we're going to put this dark colour in over there, okay? So I'm going to go in steps like that. I want to get this pushed right into that white. Don't muck with it too much. You muck with things too much, they don't quite work out. You get what I call a blender's disease. Alright, so we've got it pretty much there. Now we'll get some more on there on the brush. See if we can darken the top. We can slightly. Now I've just wiped that brush. I haven't washed it. I'm going to pick up some of this French ultramarine blue. I've never used this colour much at all. Alright, so I'm getting that into the point of my applying brush as well. Now this is gonna, we'll get some stamps in there like so, and probably just some dark procedures in here as well. That's all we need to do. Okay, see how simple that was? Put that brush down like a gentleman, pick up a blending brush. Here's one of these ones I was talking about the other video. I don't know what the hair's made out of, plastic, synthetic or whatever, but the ends are really, really soft. And watch, because I've stroked it this way, I'm going to blend it this way. So look at that retarder's been allowing that paint to do. I'm going to go to all these dark areas and blend that. That's all that's involved in blending. You don't have to rub the living hell out of it and kill it, okay? Now, you do need a paper towel. Just wipe it. Look after your brush as you wipe them though. You can wipe them a bit hard and kill them. See, I'm just dabbing, dancing, feeling what it needs. Okay, and if this needs any top up of, let's say, the turquoise, well, I'll top it up with some turquoise, which I think I might have to do because that blue in the camera doesn't look as good as it does in real life. So there we go, I'm lightening all that there. Now I'm going to wash this brush and pick up the turquoise again. So we picked up some more turquoise and we'll just scissor that back through those blues because I do want this to have some dark elements in it, okay? And those blues, maybe that French ultramarine didn't have enough depth in it, but it's added some more values and colours to our water there. Now I'll lightly blend that, just lightly, just so it looks nice and soft. See the difference from here to there? So this video will be just the background, and I've got a lot to tell you in these 1, 2, 3 or 4 part series, however many parts they take. So that's looking all right. Now we're using that reference picture. Now I'm not going to get lost in the mistake some people and what I have done in the past is trying to make it exact. Now we've finished this area here. Now I'm going to do this area just lighter turquoise, okay? Now let's pick up some more of that turquoise with the medium retarder, which slows down the drying time. Now this one, we're going to allow this to come about here, okay? We're going to go there with this one. So let's chop this in. We'll distinguish it from that other piece up the top there, because I'll show you what I'm going to do. You could probably, if you're happy with the way it looks, see I've done these brush strokes. You could leave them like that if you like. If you like that look, you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. You can use what I'm doing as a reference as well. Okay, now I'm just going to pick up some of the, let's just use this white flowing paint with the retarder in it. Okay, because I want to distinguish that lighter. Pick up some more, and if you feel it's not going light enough for you, I'm just picking up some of the titanium white now. See the difference? And that's pretty much green. I'm going to pick up some more of the, I'm wiping that paint off there. I'm just picking up some more of the turquoise, and I want to get some of the, there we go, just like that. Now the good thing about having a lot of blending brushes, I've got another clean, fresh one ready to go. I want to just lightly tease this, get some movement in there, just like so. The seagull's going to be in front of this. This is just a undetailed, blurry background that resembles the ocean with water movement. Okay, and we can put some lighter values in this if you desire as well. I'm going to wipe that brush, and I want to merge this bit a bit, just to get rid of that hard line in case any of it's noticeable when we put the white colours in. Just like that. That's all you need to do for blending. If you're blending a sky or something, if you're doing a lot more than that, you're obviously over blending, okay? There we go. Now I've just done this here. Now we're going to do this splashing water, obviously, and put this foreground of the shore in here as well. So I haven't cleaned that brush that I applied all this on yet. So what I'm going to do is use that just to come down here. I'll pick up some of that. I'm going to keep it long way so I know where we're at. Okay, and this will add some of the shadow. Get it right on the edges there. Because this is going to have white in it, and the white's going to pick up some of this to give it shadow. And then we can put the foreshore colour on, which will be just down on this little white bit here. Back on my palette, I've got some titanium white, and I've got myself a beautiful, nice, forceful, I'm using a hog bristle brush, so I want to load this up. See, that's sticky and beautiful. And we're going to create this, see the way we've got all that overturning, it sort of looks like a cloud, water washing, so that's what we're going to do now, okay? So from this point where I horizontally stroke the paint, I want to come like this and grab that top edge is what I want reasonably sharp. It doesn't have to be too sharp because we're doing all this in a roundabout way. I'm twisting, like getting some, I'm coming up here. It doesn't matter if it starts fading. This is what happens when we'll come over here. I'll put this on first so as I know roughly where I'm going to go. Now wash that brush, just get all that contaminated white off there, okay, just like that. Pick up some more. And let's go again where we're sort of losing that white. Get that white right in there. Use your brush whichever way it's working for you. We've got to try and cap that white off and get it looking beautiful against that soft blue there. Pick up some more. You might even find using a filbert, which I think would be a lot better. Now I'm going to start bringing this water down, okay? Bring it down to all this area. That's why I put that blue, I brushed the dirty brush onto that blue because I wanted this white to pick it up and give it some depth and shadow. So this is just all over churning waves at the front of the shore there. Okay, where if I just left it white, it would have been just a big white mess and you probably wouldn't have seen much. Look at that, eh? Now, I'll give that a light blend. So I have another blending brush ready to go, nice clean one, and I want to just really lightly kill some of those textured surfaces from the paint. Grab yourself something to wipe your blending brush. Now you want to keep all these marbly, twisted movements of colours, you want to keep all them in there, okay? I'm not really blending this much. I can feel it a bit chalky, but I want it to look fluffy and elegant behind the seagull. So it's just got those elements of moving water. Okay, let's get all this. Just sit it down on the painting. That's it, beautiful. I don't want to kill too much of that undercolour turquoise. Back down here, I've cleaned that same brush, whether it's a filbert or a fan brush. I'm using a fan. And I want to give this some sort of luster, like just like that. And then I'll sit these down with the, mainly across the top. Okay, look at that. I'm not even thinking, I'm just, whoopsie daisy. Sorry, mate, you just painted your wall on, mate. Oh, sorry, mate, sorry. Oh, sorry, mate. Get out the way here. Oh, sorry, mate, sorry. You're just bumping into someone's beautiful wall they painted. See, that's all I wanted to do. It looks a bit iffity-affity, but when you get your blending brush and you are rubbing it on a rag, these iffity-affity bits you just put on now, you just want to ease them back into that surface that we just painted prior. Okay, look at that. Easy does it. Easy does it. See? And they, see here, watch. They are sitting down. And it's getting some sort of highlight on there. Wipe your brush, it's important. Get some over here. These brushes are so good for blending. There, we're just sitting all that iffity-affity strokes that I put on there, okay? And it looks a bit more pleasant to the eye. Now let's go back to our reference picture. We've got this colour on there. We've got this middle colour. We've got this white foreshore splashing. Now we're not going to touch the first band up the top we put on. We're going to put some of this white in there and then this foreshore sand. So back with our fan brush. To me it's the same procedure as creating a cloud, but it's going to look different on this painting. Now I want to come along this line where I know it is. I want to come along there, get this on. I'm looking at the reference picture to give me some sort, but I'm not getting too carried away with it, and I want something sort of jostling down there like that. That's what I call jostling. Where's my paper towel? Now see that? It looks harsh and stampy. Let's soften that into the painting. Now if this did not have retarder in it, keeping these paints wet longer, I would not be able to do what I'm doing right now, okay? And I only know that because it's what I've done a lot of times. Now we've softened that down. Do a bit at a time. Soften that down, soften that down, and soften this down. Now we're going to get some more in there. So let's put some more white in there. I've lost a bit of that, so we'll go back again and maybe a bit here. Just like that. Simple dimple. There we go, there. Sense the shape of the wave and sort of do these within it, okay? Look at that. Okay, now we know our gull's going to go here, so we don't want to do too much detail there. I want a bit like lacing out here. So I'll put it on, there's me wave, uppity down that way, so I'm moving my blending brush in that sort of motion. See how easy that was? Now we'll do the last bit, which is over here. Oh, g'day Steve. Steve just walked out from behind the curtain. And we'll bring this there. Plop that down like a gentleman. Bring that out there. And let's tease this. Don't overdo it. Alright, I've still got little bits of paint on my fan brush. I'm just putting little lighter reflection elements in this top, just the minimal. So I'm putting them on like that. See where I've got a dark bit? I'm just sort of putting it over a dark bit. You don't want to cover the dark bit and leave the light bit. See, and just down here somewhere. This is just giving it some sort of top reflection. I don't know, I'm not the best at water, but I know I can give a good background for something with detail, and that's all this is going to be, okay? There we go. Now on my palette, I've gone back to this brush again. Use what brush you love to apply paint to your canvas. Now I want some yellow oxide into this grey. because I want it to be grey, but with that tinge, I can see a tinge of something in that. It won't pick up on the camera, unfortunately, but I can see a tinge of something in there. I'll mix this up just off camera there to make sure I was getting the right thing. Get a bit of water in there. And that's pretty much the tinge I want for this to suit the colour of that seagull. Now this is no mucking around. We're virtually going to come from this point over to say about here, okay? So let's load that up and just get this on. Or we could have probably blow dried that, and I'm just checking it now. Oh, no, that's all right. I'm pulling it down with the brush sideways. I've got more paint going onto that canvas this way. If I did it that way, it'll be dragging a lot. Get that area on. You take your time when you're doing this, okay? Take your time. Is that blurry? Yeah, it's not that sharp. It's a bit blurry, and there's a bit of where are we? Keep it a bit moving up there, just so it's not so. And that's pretty much our foreshore sand. Okay. Now we can turn him that way and get the brush strokes out. I'm just quickly picking up some of the leftover turquoise, getting it on one corner of my applying brush, because this corner here is a bit back from the bank, so I'm just emulating that into this as well, okay, just like that, which is that area just there, okay. You don't need to put this if you don't want to. Now I'm picking up the grey again, and I'm going to sink that little bit back that I've just put on there. So I've just got the grey here, and let's sink that back just like that, up there. And this is probably finish the first bit off. There we go. Not too dark. Grab your clean fan brush again and some more of that titanium white just on the bottom edge of your brush, and we'll sort of, that wave sort of sit him on top of that some sort of way like that. Not too much, just sit it there. Where are we? That's it. And I will blend that back to the top. I want to blend that, soften those ugly brush marks out of there, just like so. There, just so it sort of sits that water on that dark bit. Okay, we've pretty much finished the first part. Now the good part about these two, 3 or 4 parts to one of my paintings, you can watch each video, whether it's the scenery, it's going to be this seagull, whatever the subject is. If there's 2, 3 or 4 parts, watch each part and practice each subject in the part. So each part, you can watch it and practice it, okay? This is how you are going to achieve pretty decent paintings for a beginner if you put this effort into it. Practice each subject of each part, and then you know what you're going to do. See, like this is part 1 of the seagull, but this had 3 sections in it. Practice all of them. Work out the colours that you want to use, okay? Once you've practiced and you're pretty happy and confident with the way your work is turning out from each part, combine all that and then you can start making a painting. A lot of beginners do try and start climbing the ladder from the top and just want to do a full-on painting, but it does pay to practice, and practice whatever you're going to paint. I've got another 2 to 3 part episode coming up in the near future, and it's going to be a cumulus cloud. It's going to be fluffy, cotton bally, and it's going to be very easy, okay? So I've got my coffee here. Going to have mashed potato and gravy and vegetables for dinner tonight. Yeah, you know why? Because I like them. Alright, so this is the end of part 1. Part 2 will be showing you a bit more about the actual traceable, how we get it onto here. This has to be dry now. See, if you use carbon paper, you can put the ink over your actual painting and it does spoil it. If you like what we've done here in part 1 of the seagull, you tell your friends, but if you don't, tell everybody, okay? All the best, goodbye, good luck, good on ya.